Hello everyone, welcome to Boise Beautiful. My name is Andrea. Welcome to Boise Beautiful's book club. Today we're going to be reading the Odyssey by Homer. We're in Book 1, The Council of the Gods and the Summons to Telemachus. Tell of the storm-tossed man, O Muse, who wandered long after he sacked the sacred citadel of Troy. Many the men whose towns he saw, whose ways he proved, and many a pang he bore in his own breast at sea, while struggling for his life and his men's safe return. Yet even so, despite his zeal, he did not save his men. For through their own perversity they perished, having recklessly devoured the cattle of the exalted sun, who therefore took away the day of their return. Of this, O goddess, daughter of Zeus, speak as thou wilt to us. Now, all the others who were saved from utter ruin were at home, safe both from war and sea. Him only, longing for his home and wife, the potent nymph Calypso, a heavenly goddess, held in her hollow grotto, desiring him to be her husband. Yet, when the time had come in the revolving years at which the gods ordained his going home to Ithaca, even then among his kin, he was not freed from trouble. Yet the gods felt compassion, all save Poseidon, who steadily strove with godlike Odysseus till he reached his land. But Poseidon now was with the far-off Ethiopians, remotest of mankind, who formed two tribes, one at the setting of the Exalted One, one at his rising, awaiting there a sacrifice of bulls and rams. So sitting at the feast he took his pleasure. The other gods, meanwhile, were gathered in the halls of Zeus upon Olympus, when thus began the father of men and gods. For in his mind he mused of gallant Aegisthus, whom Agamemnon's far-famed son Orestes slew. Mindful of him, he thus addressed the immortals. Lo, how men blame the gods! From us, they say, comes evil. But through their own perversity, and more than is their due, they meet with sorrow. Even as now Aegisthus, pressing beyond his due, married the lawful wife of the son of Atreus, and slew her husband on his coming home. Yet we well knew his own impending ruin, for we ourselves forewarned him, dispatching Hermes, our clear-sighted killer of Argus, and told him not to slay the man nor woo the wife. For vengeance follows from Orestes, son of Atreus, when he comes of age and longs for his own land. This Hermes said, but though he sought Aegisthus' good, he did not change his purpose, and now Aegisthus makes atonement for it all. Then answered him the goddess, clear-eyed Athene, our father, son of Cronos, most high above all rulers, that man assuredly lies in befitting ruin. So perish all who do such deeds. Yet is my heart distressed for wise Odysseus. Hapless man, who long cut off from friends, is meeting hardship upon a sea-encircled island, the navel of the sea. Woody the island is, and there a goddess dwells, daughter of evil-minded Atlas, who knows the depths of every sea, and through his power holds the tall pillars firm which keep earth and sky asunder. It is his daughter who detains this hapless, sorrowing man, ever with tender and insistent words enticing him to forgetfulness of Ithaca. And still Odysseus, through longing once to see the smoke of his native land, would gladly die. Nevertheless, your heart turns not, Olympian one, Did not Odysseus pay you honor by the Argive ships and offer sacrifices on the plain of Troy? Why then are you so wrathful with him, Zeus?" Then answered her cloud-gathering Zeus, and said, "My child, what word has passed the barrier of your teeth? How could I possibly forget princely Odysseus, who is beyond all mortal men in wisdom, beyond them too in giving honor to the immortal gods, who hold the open sky? No, but Poseidon, who encompasses the land, is ceaselessly enraged because Odysseus blinded of his eye the Cyclops, godlike Polyphemus, who of all Cyclops has the greatest power. A nymph, Tusa, bore him, daughter of Phorcys, lord of the barren sea, for she within the hollow caves united with Poseidon. And since that day earth-shaking Poseidon does not indeed destroy Odysseus, but ever drives him wandering from his land. Come then, let us all here plan for his turning home. So shall Poseidon lay by his anger, unable, in defiance of us all, to strive with the immortal gods alone." Then answered him the goddess clear-eyed Athene, "Our father, son of Cronos, most high above all rulers, if it now please the blessed gods that wise Odysseus shall return to his own home, let us send Hermes forth, the guide, the killer of Argus, into the island of Ogygia, straightway to tell the fair-haired nymph our steadfast purpose. That hardy Odysseus shall set forth upon his homeward way. I in the meanwhile go to Ithaca to rouse his son yet more and to put vigor in his breast, that, summoning to an assembly the long-haired Achaeans, he may denounce the band of suitors, men who continually butcher his huddling flocks and slow-paced crook-horned oxen. To Sparta will I send him, and to sandy Pylos, to try to learn of his dear father's coming, and so to win a good report among mankind." So saying, under her feet she bound her beautiful sandals, immortal, made of gold, which carry her over the flood and over the boundless land, swift as a breath of wind. She took her ponderous spear, tipped with sharp bronze, thick, long, and strong, with which she vanquishes the ranks of men, of heroes even, when this a daughter of a mighty sire is roused against them. Then she went dashing down the ridges of Olympus, and in the land of Ithaca stood at Odysseus's gate, on the threshold of his court. Holding in hand his brazen spear, she seemed the stranger Mentis, a Taphian leader. Here then she found the haughty suitors. They were amusing themselves with games of draughts before the palace door, seated on hides of oxen which they themselves had slain. Near by were pages and busy squires, some mixing wine and water in the bowls, others with porous sponges washing and laying tables, while others still carved them abundant meat. By far the first to see Athene was princely Telemachus, for he was sitting with the suitors, sad at heart, picturing in mind his noble father, how he might come from somewhere, making a scattering of the suitors, take to himself his honors, and be master of his own. Thus thinking, while he sat among the suitors, Athene met his eye. Straight to the door he went, at heart disturbed to have a stranger stand so long before his gate. So drawing near and grasping her right hand, he took her brazen spear, and speaking in winged words, he said, "Hail, stranger! Here with us you shall be welcome, and by, when you have tasted food, you shall make known your needs."